My name is Rain Scott. I come from the Pueblo of Acoma, and this year I unveiled at the Herd Museum this piece that I titled Minati, which translated from the Keres language to English means keeper of the salt. And this pot actually pays homage to my grandmother, who is the last matriarch of our family. And she's just been there for me and for my entire family, my entire life. And I know I just wanted to. She's getting older, so I just wanted to, as one last effort, to give that respect back to her. And so I honored this. I paid homage to her, and so that's why I named it after her. So the parrot is actually the clan that I'm from. We're all parrot clan, and so when I got to unveil this at Santa Fe, we stopped by the reservation, the Acoma reservation, and we got to stay at her place for a couple days. And so she really got to see this. She got to hold it, enjoy it for a few days, and then she blessed it herself and sent it off with good feelings and good prayers. So I really think those blessings really came back to me this year when I won Best in Class for Open Standards. And so the process to make the pot is I use the same coiling methods that a lot of Acoma potters use. Every piece I fold individually by hand. So it's really just thousands and thousands of these tiny pieces that I fold individually. And each piece actually has two points at the top and two pockets at the bottom. So literally they just fit together, kind of like Lego pieces, just like that. And so I fold thousands of these first and coil the pot all the way from the bottom to the top. And this piece is actually my first multimedia piece. So not only is it made out of paper, but I also incorporated the blue and gold macaw feathers, pine trees as the dowel rods, and then tied everything together with deer sinew. And then I made a necklace for the parrot out of Kingman turquoise, spiny oyster, and mother of pearl.
So what has so for people who don't know Acoma pottery, it's hand coiled, it's the clay from the area, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what made you decide to try your hand at doing? I mean, I know it's an unusual form, so there was nobody really doing this, right?
Right.
So beyond that, is there another reason why you decided to try your hand at this medium?
So my whole life, I've always wanted to learn our traditional crafts and our traditional language. But of course, I never found a teacher who would take the time to kind of teach me. My family has unfortunately lost a lot of our knowledge of traditional crafts. Pottery making. Our great-grandmother was the last person to make pottery. Moccasin making, we finally reclaimed that back, but a lot of our traditional crafts were lost in our family who used to make them. But for over 10 years now, I've been working with paper ever since I was 12 years old. Making, starting out with paper swans and like little simplistic projects. But eventually I created this new art form that I titled Contemporary Indigenous Origami, where I made these little modules that I found out could, stick together. And, 4 years ago, I made my first pottery vessel. It was a completely white pot with the black rim, sort of like this pot here.
Yeah,
kind of like my first.
Does it have the parrot in it?
Sorry?
The one with the parrot?
No, this was just like a plain white pot with like a simple black rim. And that was like my first pottery vessel. And so ever since then, I've just always tried to push myself for the past 5 years. And, incorporating new colors of the pot, kind of like imitating the slips of different potteries, like the brown slips, the black, like from Santo Domingo, which this one is inspired by the traditional Oyas. And so, just over time, just continuously pushing myself to really push the boundaries of what paper and origami can do.